Legend of Zelda's Breath of the Wild overworld has so many secrets that I thought it's about time I explained the mysteries of Hyrule and Breath of the Wild. So in this video, I will be showing some of the mysteries that I thought were interesting in this game. So I hope you enjoy. The Temple of Time is no doubt an important place in Ocarina of Time. Why? It's where the Master Sword is kept. After Link opened the door to the Master Sword, Ganondorf was able to grab access to the Triforce, but the Triforce split into three, and he only kept the Triforce of Power. Whereas the Triforce of Courage? Somewhere inside Link, but he had to prove himself. Whereas the Wisdom piece of the Triforce? With Zelda. Where is she? Who knows? But it's amazing how the Temple of Time is here in Breath of the Wild, and still staying in a sort of well-conditioned state. Neat. But that got me thinking, if the Temple of Time is here, does that mean the Great Plateau was a setting for Ocarina of Time's Hyrule? That makes me think a little bit more. If the Temple of Time was to the right of Hyrule Castle, could that mean south of it was actually Kokiri Forest, which is now called the Forest of Spirits? But if I wanted to prove my statement about the Great Plateau being the setting of Ocarina of Time, where would Gerudo Desert be? Well, maybe over time, Gerudo Desert became less of a desert and more of a snowland. Like right here. I mean, the bridge is there like in Ocarina of Time. So, maybe it froze. You know what's even more interesting than thinking about the Great Plateau being the Ocarina of Time setting? Where did the Great Skeletons come from? They're just around. You randomly find them behind Death Mountain, in the middle of the desert, and inside a cave right behind the door. So, let's think about this a little bit. So there's 3 dragons and 3 great skeletons, so I'm guessing these used to be ancestors, like I've already said. Farosh's ancestor is in the desert, considering there's a bunch of electricity-based animals in the desert, so we can assume that that great skeleton used to be one of Farosh's ancestors. Dinraal is right behind Dead Mountain, and considering there's a lot of fire enemies, we can assume that was one of Dinraal's ancestors. Naja, we can assume that its ancestor, instead of being in Mount Lanayru, it went to the Hebra Peaks, because that's where it actually is, the Great Skeleton. So yeah, if you have any theories of where these came from, let me know. The Forgotten Temple is stuck in a canyon. Where did it used to come from? Well, if you played Skyward Sword, you would know. It was up in the sky once, and then people started leaving the sky and building Hyrule as we know it today. But I question, how did the Forgotten Temple get to the floor? If it was in the sky, did they push it off? Probably not. That thing is heavy. But who knows? It's just there. And a bunch of guardians have settled in there. So great. Murkay Island is the last thing we'll talk about in this video. Murkay Island was the first island you landed on when starting The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Now, it probably isn't Murkay Island considering they're not from the same timeline, so it wouldn't make sense of how Murkay Island would be here. But we do get to see at least what it would look like in the Breath of the Wild world, so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the Mysteries of Hyrule. This video took a while to make, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have more Mysteries of Hyrule that you'd like me to investigate, leave it down in the comments, or just leave your theories about what you thought of my theories. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, A Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, episode 150.